Hey bros, my name is Rick. I listen to rap. Today, I'm going to tell you my unusual story and how I fell in love with my dad's housekeeper and how it all turned out. My dad is very rich, not like Bill Gates, but not bad either. We live in a big house. Me, Dad, and a dog named Damien. Which name do you like more, Rick or Damien? I like Damien, and I feel like Dad gave his dog a better name than his son. My mom died when I was 3 years old, according to my father. As I already mentioned, our house is very large, and Dad is a very busy man, so there were all sorts of strange girls cleaning up our property. Honestly, until I was 15, I didn't even pay attention to them. Dad's housekeepers, that is. But then something clicked inside me. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. I started watching them closely. They cleaned our house so beautifully. So after the dismissal of our last cleaning lady, she showed up. Katie, that was her name. I was 17 at the time, and she was 22. It was my first real love. Long legs, a cute face and body. Oh my god, her curves. That amazing girl even did stretches at our house when she had a spare minute. Since I wasn't at all shy around girls, I walked right over and introduced myself to her. No problem. That evening, I decided to get to know her better. We were sitting in the living room, sipping tea and talking. I told her about my school life, and she told me about her adult life. She probably wasn't very interested in listening to a 17-year-old, but she at least kept listening to me and smiling. When she started talking about herself, she put her hand on my knee. It was so nice. She told me that she hated school, so she dropped out. She worked as a dancer at a men's club. Then she got up, turned on the music, and danced for me. And then I went nuts. Oh my god, we had our own in-house model, a professional dancer. Basically, I got to know everything about her that night. I would sit in class and think all day about when I would finally get to go home and see her again. Every time she bent over to get something off the floor, I would watch her. She was the only girl I didn't want Dad to fire. One night, she was cleaning up my room when we got into a conversation and got closer. I could see her lips. Oh, I thought there would never be a better moment than this, especially since she didn't mind. She was letting me get so close to her. And then I leaned closer to kiss her. I closed my eyes, did everything like in the movies. But she just freaked out and stepped to the side. You should have seen the look of surprise on her face. She said, chuckling, "Are you crazy? They'll throw me in jail." And she continued to giggle. I felt so freaking awkward. But then she stopped laughing and said seriously, "Do you want me to teach you?" She set aside all of her cleaning supplies and came up to me. We kissed. It was simply incredible. I still remember that moment. After the kiss, she smiled, put on gloves, and went to clean up the dog shit in our yard. An incredible girl. I was in heaven until one day, I came home early. Dad was home, so I immediately thought to myself, no kisses today. I saw her gloves, the vacuum cleaner, and her uniform, and I heard some sounds coming from the second floor. Oh, I knew what it was. Dad was giving it to her. I immediately realized what they were doing up there and decided just to leave the house so that neither myself nor them would be embarrassed. I was gone for an hour and a half. I wondered how I was going to kiss a girl who was also kissing my father. And not only kisses. Gross! Okay, fine. So when I approached her again, I tried to hint at her that it was time for us to do our thing. She answered, "Let's stop with the games. I know you're going through puberty, but chill, man." No one had ever done me like that before. Girls were usually chasing after me because they knew I was from a wealthy family. But this bimbo had the nerve to talk to me like that. At first, she was smiling at me, but now she had switched to my father. I saw her become more and more flirtatious with Dad. He would either pinch her or put his arm around her. I had gotten sick of it. One time, they were cuddling and watching television. I wouldn't even be telling this disastrous story, if not for what had happened. My most ingenious plan of revenge. When nobody was home, I let Damien into the house. I brought a few piles of dog shit and scattered them around the house. When she arrived, she was in shock. And when Dad arrived, he was even more shocked. Our cleaning lady hadn't kept track of the dog. Of course, they found out that I was to blame. A few days later, she came up to me and pressed me up against the wall. She said something like, "You stupid little asshole, don't mess with my work." I don't know, but it seemed to me like she was only interested in my father's money, which really bothered me. The situation with Damien and the shit piles was repeated more often, and I started littering and throwing everything on the floor. After several such stunts, my father decided to have a serious talk with me. I already didn't care, so I proudly told him that I had sucked face with his housewife. I thought he would give me a slap on the face and tear me a new one. But it went like this. Wow, really? Awesome. Well, I'm sleeping with her, he said, chuckling. To be honest, it freaked me out a little. I saw my dad differently then. Man, I love my dad. He understood me and decided to fire Kate. I waved goodbye to her and said, "Thanks for the kisses."
Hi, my name is Justin. I'm 18 years old, and I am nothing, according to the independent experts among my Instagram followers. My parents are workaholics, and my little sister Katie is just lovely. She's 2 years old. My parents' anniversary is coming up. 22 years together. They decided to go big for this one. 2 weeks in the Maldives. I hope the bungalow has Wi-Fi.
If you take a laptop with you to the Maldives, then I'll be coming back from this vacation a widow.
Got it. I can do without Wi-Fi. Who's going to watch Katie while you're gone? Apparently, they hadn't even thought about it. There was one problem. She was 2 years old and would need a nanny while I was at school. My mom quickly took control of the situation and set up an impromptu gathering of our neighbors.
Neighbors assemble!
The problem was quickly resolved. Our friend's daughter, Susan, happened to be looking for a side job and agreed to become our nanny for the next 2 weeks. She really liked baby Katie and other little children. At least, that's what she told us. Oh, I really looked forward to meeting her. We had occasionally crossed paths on the street when I would take out the trash, and I must say, she was really beautiful. A couple of times, I even tried to talk to her, but realized that she was wearing headphones after it was too late. Hey, what's up? I live just 3 houses down from you, so I guess you could say we're neighbors. Justin, how about going to a drive-in theater? Such great weather today.
Yes, the weather's great.
Yeah. Excellent weather. I hate whoever came up with AirPods. Oh well, the important thing is that she takes good care of my sister. D-Day had arrived. My parents left for the airport and Susan and I were left alone. Katie was busy with letter blocks, and so far didn't need any attention from a nanny. I decided that this was my second chance and spoke to Susan again. Hey, while Katie's playing, do you maybe want to watch something?
Of course! The new season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians just came out.
No, I meant a movie.
Oh, then I'll just put on my headphones.
Okay, fine. But when I got home from school the next day, something had clearly changed. Susan had probably looked around our house that day, or my Instagram, and decided that I wasn't such a loser after all. She was just playing with Katie and then came up to me. Very close to me. Hi?
How was your day?
Not bad, thanks.
You must be tired.
Of course.
Can I help you relax?
Yes, I will relax if you stop breathing in my ear. No, seriously. She was standing right up against me as if it were normal. Yeah, yesterday I wanted to roll up to her, but that kind of persistence freaked me out. During the week, I noticed a lot of similar oddities, but I was more worried about something else. Katie began crying often and acting up for no reason. Alright, I'm heading out. What's the matter with her?
She's fine. The little lady just wants attention.
I couldn't forget that look all day. I realized that I needed to act. We had an old CCTV system in our garage. I decided that it would be interesting to keep tabs on our new nanny. I secretly installed it at home. The cameras were all in position. All that was left was to wait. Normally, Susan would have arrived at 10 in the morning, but no one came. Susan was 2 hours late. Katie cried the whole time. Then she finally showed up and quickly changed the baby's diaper, put her in a high chair, gave her a meal, and went to watch TV. I saw it all, and my anger started to take hold. I'm not a confrontational person, and judging another person from just one incident is not my style, but that day, I didn't feel like going home.
Hello, handsome. You're late today.
Yeah, I got held up because I saw some video.
Oh, I love videos, especially trending ones on YouTube.
Yeah, this video would definitely be trending.
Will you show me?
Never. I decided to give Susan a second chance. On the second day, she arrived on time and even played with my sister. I had already thought to myself, it happens to everyone. She was late. I'm sure it won't happen again. But just then, the doorbell rang. I watched closely. I was completely caught off guard by what I saw. Susan had invited some guy to our house. They were so busy making out on our couch that they completely forgot about my sister. I barely made it to the end of class as I watched everything that they were doing there. But then I quickly packed up and rushed home. I stood for a few minutes at the front door, thinking of the best way for me to enter so they would never forget. Ever. I burst in the door with my phone in my hand and started recording them.
Stop recording me, you little pervert!
Put the phone away! Who the hell even are you? I'm the owner of the house and you are on my property. I'm calling the police.
No, I don't want to be trending.
Stupid. Prison is worse than trending.
What do you know?
You should have seen how they were panicking as I got everything on video. Susan's boyfriend popped up and ran upstairs. I rushed after him while still recording. He ran into the nursery and decided to jump out the window. He hooked his pants on the latch when he climbed over the windowsill and was hanging by his own pants. The guy was so desperate to run that his pants tore and he rolled off the roof in just his underwear. Oh no, Susan! My mom will kill me for ripping these pants!
We're breaking up!
I almost died laughing. When my parents returned, I showed them the videos. They sued Susan and her brand new boyfriend in court. Oh, it was a non-stop session of begging for forgiveness. After many lengthy apologies, we closed the case. That's all. Thanks for listening to my story.